back at it again, 360 General Contractors, with another update for the EOC project. So I'm going to do my weekly report and I'm going to walk you through what's happened because today is day 35 into the construction process. We're already in 40% of the project completed. I'm very proud of the people that are helping me getting into this place. But right now we hit the point where we gotta wait for submittals approvals from the architect and the engineers. So right now I'm just gonna give you a quick walkthrough on the EIFS part of the construction project. So follow me. So when we started this project, we had to demo both CMU walls, meaning the concrete or the block walls that were here. They're already gone. We had to frame them up with the metal stud. After that, we did a dense glass. After that, we did waterproofing. And after waterproofing, we did the foam. Right now, we're up to the brown coat, which is a concrete finish when it's ready to receive the acrylic finish. So as I mentioned, we're already in day 35. And we're at 100% on the metal framing installation. Remember one time we had these constraints where we had to figure out how we're gonna pass the ductwork. Now the ductwork has been installed and all the raceways for the electrician. So since that's already been done, we're able to modify this ceiling right here. This is called a fur down. And then we made this column to be able to complement the passageway for that ductwork that was gonna interfere with the ceiling height. So between the architect and I, we were able to come up with a solution and we made these two columns so we have a symmetrical entranceway to that area. This room used to be part of the mechanical room, but we had to switch it out to a storage due to we weren't able to tear down some walls due to electrical lines that were on the wall. So we had to modify it. But when we modified, we came into this concrete beam that we had to cover up. So we made that fur down and also covered that column. We came down the way and started fixing all these areas. And we already did the fur down for this column over here. Did a column for this beam right here, the column that we covered. We did the same over there in that corner. This was supposed to be a 5-foot hallway. We came to an agreement. We didn't do any change orders or cost impacts to the project and we were able to move forward. So we stayed with the original lines that were here. We just moved over the wall. The architect also gave us directions on how to prep for their reception area. So we got those measurements and he also sent us this design when we do our millwork. Millwork meaning the cabinet work or the counters that are gonna be installed there. We already did our penetrations for our plumber. So those got done within the following week. So right now work slowed down due to us not having those submittals approved yet. But once we get those submittals, we'll have to order material. I know the electrical materials take 6 to 8 weeks. Our RTUs, rooftop units, those are about 8 weeks lead time. So once those come in, we'll start installing the AC units. Once I get approved also for the plumbing, probably like in 2 to 3 weeks, we'll start installing all our fixtures for the plumbing work. Once we get the changes from the architect, we're gonna have to resubmit all our electrical, mechanical, and plumbing changes. So if an inspector comes in from the city and does an inspection the way we are right now, they're not gonna pass it because the plans are not updated. So the engineer team is updating the plan so we can get an inspection. So that's gonna take probably 2 to 3 weeks before they're able to get that process and get it back to me so I can turn it into the city. When we initially started the project, this room was supposed to be a little bit bigger. This column came up, so we had to adjust our walls to not have a gap there. So this room probably became maybe about 1.5 feet smaller. We already did modifications that the owner had requested and we put up a larger door. Instead of a 36-inch door, we went with a 4-foot door because they had issues when they did the first floor. Some of the equipment wasn't able to pass through, so they wouldn't have the same issue. They went ahead and moved for a larger door. We already installed all the rigid board insulation, which is the backing between the metal framing. The metal framing is already gotten done here. The electrician has run all his raceways in preparation for his electrical boxes and his data boxes. So all that has been updated with the owners. We had a meeting. They gave me the dimensions they want for the TVs. Also, they added another counter over here. They added a refrigerator, and they added an extra plug for their conference table. They added some more stuff, some more plugs in the ceiling for a projector, an access point, and then they added another desk. And they also added stuff for their IT room, for their AT&T. So those are all stuff that is being added to the project that wasn't included in the original plans. Guys, this is another story inside the project. So we had 2 pigeons hatched in here. They were really ugly when they were growing up. They're probably about 3 weeks old. They're almost ready to fly. So I can't close the door because I don't want to leave them in the weekend without eating. So we're going to leave the door open for them. Hopefully next week they'll be big enough so they can fly away. Once they're gone, we'll go ahead and close this door. So in the past 3 weeks, our mechanical contractor, Temprite Mechanical, was able to do all the ductwork. Right now we're pending the approval on the submittals. As you can see, the insulation's installed, but they have the mastic exposed. So they have to do that on purpose due to getting an inspection. Once the inspector comes over, he needs to verify this is done correctly, and then they're able to seal back with the insulation. So since we don't have all the machines yet, we can't do the ductwork connections to the roof. So once those machines come in, they'll finish, and then we'll call in for an inspection. As for now, the mechanical work, it has a standstill, but they're already done all their part doing their roughing. So I'm really happy I hired them because they did a great job. We're barely a month in, and that's already been done. Also, I'm very happy, like the electrical work, all the roughing has been done, and I'm really happy. So thank you guys for watching to the end. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay blessed, my friends.